Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Art of Conquest, where Rockin' is now nerfed so hard that nobody will ever play them ever again, period, and Lich is the only viable race ever. So, hey guys, welcome. It's OGC. Welcome. What I said earlier, totally not true. So we just got a patch. A bunch of things changed in the game in this patch. We're going to go over a bunch of them. We're also going to go over my thoughts on a bunch of different issues. I actually had trouble uh, with the video for this, so I'm redoing it. The gameplay did save. It takes forever to save it because of the quality of it, so I'm not redoing that. So if things don't sync up perfectly, bear with me. So the first change, and probably the biggest, is the morphing of dragon abilities. You can do this by going into your alchemy core and selecting different pieces. If you require two of the same pieces of a set, you will get a random other piece of that set. If you select two different pieces and you hit morph, you're going to get that third piece that's missing. So in this case, it's the helm and the armor. So that means that, I'm sorry, the helm and the sword, that means that you will get the armor. So this is some footage of me earlier going to make my sage set because I really needed it. So I selected the book and the helmet, but for a very thorough look through, I guess I bounced into my inventory and we notice that there's two helms, two books. So there's two and two. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one and one and craft them. And yeah, it doesn't work with my hand things. We're also going to try to pull up the notes and read it. So hero class equipment set pieces earned from dragon bosses can be morphed into new set pieces. Morphing a new set piece requires two pieces from the same set as input. So in this case, we're selecting two different pieces. We'll craft them and get that one piece that was missing, which in this case is the robe. So now we have one full dragon set for the sage. So I scroll down to find it. So we went from two helms, two books, into, bam, getting three total. I would not be good at sign language. I can't English and I can't do sign language. So we hop back into the game. That was a pre-recorded video. I then go on to equip Rose. The next major thing that came out was the stat limits and boosting. So I was super excited. The way I read it, we could use ability cards and now go up to 95 for all of them. But as it turns out, we can only go up to 80 still. So what does this mean? This means if we go into a hero, and we'll pick Jax, and we hit the little up button in the bottom right hand corner, we can now boost it just like you can boost normal stats. So a general ability card will give you 2 points. So in this case I only need 5 because each gives 2 and I need 10. If it's a hero specific skill boost, it will only offer 1 point. So if it was a Yip skill plus 2, then you would get plus 1 point. If it was a general ability card that offers plus 1, you would get 2 points. If you're confused on that, go back and read previous patch notes. They cover that in detail. I do not think it's worthwhile to do that on heroes until you have a giant surplus of those, or if it's a hero that you're just 1 or 2 points off from. Next is the resource shield. So with the resource shield, if you are currently being attacked and you pop a shield, whether it's through skill, Linari, one of those items in your inventory, if you happen to do that, the person attacking you will still be able to plunder you. And vice versa, if you attack a castle that does not have the shield up, you will get that plunder. However, if the shield is up and you begin your attack, you will not be able to plunder. I don't think it really changes much. It's easy enough to get everything here. Now when we start looking at the buffs and nerfs, so Tyranids Aura of Retribution pretty much increased the evade of friendly units from undead, and as everything scales up level wise, when this skill was originally made, it was not made to deal with level 16, level 17 Lich troops. So it just scaled way too high, way too hard. So Lilith decided to round that down a little bit and make it so that the Lich Skeleton troops are not totally useless at high level, which they weren't before. They were still pretty strong. So now we're going to switch to the Lich race. That is right, boys and girls. I am wasting honor just to show you guys nothing. uh, there was some major Lich stuff done. So the first one is the Warlocks. Warlocks attack got increased by 15%, and their health increased by 20%. The health boost doesn't seem noticeable. I didn't take before pictures to compare it to. They do have slightly more health. Luckily, with Gazul, they get a big health boost. But the attack is definitely noticeable. I can definitely see a difference with that for my level 13 Warlocks compared to what I remembered, which was somewhere in the late 80,000s, low 90,000s. If my memory serves me correct, from some point in time. And I spent a long time looking at this. So I wonder what I was saying before about it all. I really don't think that these Lich buffs to the skeletons matters too much. When we look under the Stalkers or the Ravengers or Martyrs, they get a attack increase of 20% and a health increase of 15%. So I think where I was going with all of this is my personal thoughts, in my opinion, on Lich getting buffs is a wash. Because under these guys, the summoners, the mummies, and everything else, they can only summon troops one level higher than them. So by a wash, what I mean is the skeletons get a buff. They get more HP, more attack. However, before you could resurrect troops two levels higher than what you could normally have. So if your max was a level 13 troop, you could get a level 15 troop. Assuming that you could resurrect the proper type. But you could get level 15 troops, which were 2 levels higher. Now what they did was they made it so you can only resurrect 1 level higher. So that means if your max troop level is 13, you can resurrect level 14. So you lost out on a whole level. As we scale up and everyone has level 15 troops, instead of being able to get level 17 Lich troops, which would just be insane, now you can only get level 16. So I think it's a wash because, yes, everything got buffed up. However, the overall levels got brought down for Lich in compared to how it was earlier. So for Coliseum, for PvP, for Victory Road, for Clash of Fate, my prediction is there's no change at all for Lich. Where there is a change is attacking strongholds. So you can pump out level 13 or 15 troops, whatever castle level you're at. You can create these troops, the skeleton troops, the warlocks and the stalkers, and they will just be that much stronger when you attack the enemy strongholds. Lich is already the best in-game at plundering, so this is a big buff to Lich in that sense. When it comes to PvP, Clash, etc., no real changes. It's a wash. Higher base health and attack, lower levels that you can resurrect overall. Dragon Turtle, their war drums went from 10% down to 8% when you use the active and it becomes doubled. Essentially goes from 20% down to 16% and still gets a buff from talk. I don't think this changes much in the game. I really don't. With talk offering such a big buff to the turtles, in general, I don't think that this will make too much of a difference. Maybe people will stack more command on talk. That way talk is more effective, thus making the turtle more effective, rather than just being like me and putting might and stamina on every character because why not? In my opinion, this is a good move by Lilith to offer more diversity for PvP formations. Anything that they can do to increase the amount of diversity when it comes to PvP is a good thing. That includes balancing races so that everyone doesn't just jump on a bandwagon for a particular race and Diversity is a very fun thing when it comes to a game that has five. What is it? 5 different races. There's no reason for everybody to be one race. So they put the tomes and the new chakra stuff into the shops. My thoughts on this is I'm not going to buy any. Basically, the chakra system is a second temple. We have our temple, then you have your chakra. Your chakra is specific to a troop type. Temple is kind of overall. You mix and match whichever runes you want. The chakra, I think, is very strong, very powerful. However, the difference between a temple and chakra is all of the chakra stuff, assuming that they keep putting it all into the swamps, into Victory Road, etc., and they keep doing those events like weekly, at least once a week for both of those, it's much more obtainable to move up your chakra levels by only playing the game and not spending money compared to a temple, where if you're a free-to-play player, getting a whole +3 temple is a big deal. One of the other big changes. Oh, okay. So I was showing my chakra so far. I haven't bought in any. This is completely free to play chakra. Again, I'm not going to purchase any chakra. I think it's too expensive buying it by the sets, and I'll just farm it in the game. I think my temple's strong enough that that will carry me through. Um, One of the other changes that they did was now when you are attacked, you can see the race and the stronghold level of the person that attacked you. It will be very nice to see the race of the person attacking you. Stronghold level, I don't think makes a difference long term. If you are tier 14 or 15, you can now get additional spots in your dragon lair, so you can have more dragons. Also, you can keep up to 20 baby dragons in your dragon lair nests. So all that's kind of cool. Um, all right, now this is one of my things that I think Lilith made a very big mistake. The how to access learning new skills and buying dragon things. So you have to go into your dragon layer, hit abilities, and then hit learn. Then on the bottom, you have to hit learn again. Which I don't like this. Even if it's not my main dragon and it's out there, it sketches me out. I don't like it. From here, you see a bunch of different skills. So if you click on one, so OGC, please click on one. Come on, hurry up, chop chop, OGC. Sorry, OGC in game is so slow. So if you click on one, you can sell it. On the right, you can view it or learn it. And I don't like how they're that close. I really don't like this because you're messing around way too close to your dragon with dragon skills. So now you can click on it, you can click sell. I'll get some dragon currency, which I don't know when I'll ever use any of this stuff. Side note, there are way too many currencies in this game. Gold, elixir, lumber, all this crazy stuff. You can also click on one of the dark portions for a skill and buy it. There's no confirmation, by the way, so if you hit buy, you buy it. If you hit sell, you sell it. There's no, hey, are you sure you want to do this? So that and having it that close to your dragon, I don't like that at all. My dragon is worth way too much to me to mess around with that stuff, and if I accidentally screw up something with my dragon because of that system, I'll be very disappointed. The item layouts have been changed in-game with this patch. I don't think that offers anything too crazy going on in it, but it is what it is. So, big takeaways overall with my thoughts. Nothing changes with Lich. It just makes Lich more powerful when it comes to attacking strongholds. That's nothing new. Lich can already do that. It's just playing on their strength there. Overall for Lich, nothing really changes. Slight nerf for Rockin' and or every single race out there that uses a turtle, which in my humble opinion before this patch, every single race should be using a turtle for every situation, or just about every situation. So we might see more variety. However, things like Dragon Raids and or Siege, you're still going to want to use a borrowed turtle at every time. It just still offers way too much of a buff. Now you can actually get the dragon sets and the missing dragon set pieces. That's huge for everybody, and we can bring our ability points up. If you have a giant surplus of ability point cards. Yeah. So there are still a few days left for the current Lunari giveaway. In the video, I said I was going to give away one gift card. I'm actually going to give away a few. So make sure you get your poems in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, subscribe to the channel. Scroll down in the videos and you'll see new Lunari giveaway with the last Clash of Fate. You got to write a poem. Sometime this weekend I'll make a video and give out those prizes. So if you guys have not already, please hit the subscribe button, like the video. Coming up this week, I have a bunch of Void Perfect videos coming out every day at 2:30 Eastern Time. There'll be a new Void Perfect video for at least a few days. I've been crushing it in the Void. I'm going to do one a day and keep them separated. That way if people are searching for a specific one, it's easier for them to find. They don't have to sit through a bunch of fluff to get to the meat. So with that, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay safe out there in Nor.